Hey everybody, it is Radleigh here with the Angelic weather report for May 19th through the 25th. Here we are, the end of May. It's like, here comes summer. It's right here at us. We are going to be working with Animal Guides Tarot cards for the Angelic weather report this week. And for your Archangel assistance for each of those cards, we're working with Angel Tarot cards. So let's go ahead and turn our attention to the cards. Now, if you've been paying attention for the last few weeks, we've been doing something a little different where each I have three cards for the angelic weather report of the week, and then a fourth card that's where the energy might be a little wonky, and you might need a little bit of extra assistance or awareness. So our first card is the wheel. I love the wheel. This is a card that talks about a sudden positive change in your life that you can now feel like you are moving forward and make great progress. The wheel often shows up when we felt like things weren't moving and we really need them to start to move forward. I think of it as being a card that is very positive because it's ruled by Jupiter. In this particular case, it's also ruled by reindeer or caribou. Now, reindeer and caribou are largely the same animal. The primary difference is domestication. Caribou are found in the wild and are somewhat larger, while the smaller reindeer tend to be raised in herds. In fact, reindeer are even kept as pets in certain societies. Now, these remarkable animals are known for being able to cover large distances for migration. They're also very fast, going from a standstill to up to 50 miles per hour in the blink of an eye. Perhaps this is why Santa chose them as his method for getting around. They're adaptable, clever, and able to survive and even thrive in the most challenging of environments. This, when they show up, you can know that you have those same gifts right now. So use reindeer energy to move your plans forward. So what Archangel is also going to help you with this new forward movement? Well, it's Raguel. We've seen a lot of Raguel over the last 6, 7, 8 weeks. Raguel is the friend of God. He is the archangel that can open doors for us by bringing the right people into our path to help us with the energy of moving forward when that time has come. Card number 2 is the Page of Air. Page of Air. This card reads that this is an intellectual challenge that calls upon your ability to think of a matching solution. If helpful information is put to you bluntly, accept the message without being bothered by the messenger. So, Page of Air is good information that comes to us. It's just it might not be put in a way that's very tactful or is a little bit too blunt, but we have to ignore the messenger and pay attention to the message. Now, this is ruled by seagulls. Seagulls are clever birds who learn, remember, and even pass on behaviors. As their name implies, they spend a good bit of time in the air over water. As water represents emotion and air intellect, they are seen as flying high above currents of emotion and evaluating situations from a very cerebral view. Now, helping us with that cerebral viewpoint is Archangel Ariel. So, Ariel is an archangel of nature. She very much would be happy with this particular deck of animal guides, but she is also the archangel of abundance and prosperity. So, helping us with that particular part of our lives where we might have a challenge that we need to be very intellectual about, and she can help us out. Our third card for this week is Balance, ruled by Zebra. And so this card talks about the importance of merging varying points of view. You can generate an extraordinary new idea that way, compromise with others, and collaborate to discover a better solution. In traditional tarot, this is temperance. So zebras are beautiful and intelligent animals. They symbolize balance and cooperation. Zebras work closely together as a community and ask you to do the same. Like human fingerprints, zebra stripes are unique to the individual, and each zebra is able to identify members of the herd by their specific patterns or stripes. I mean, is that not so cool? And just as zebras are neither black nor white, their markings are a reminder not to think of things in duality terms, but to consider all the possibilities. Helping us with considering all those possibilities is Archangel Jophiel, the Archangel of Beauty. She helps us to have beautiful thoughts, to stay positive, to take care of ourselves, but to stay in a positive place when dealing with other people. Now, what's our sticking point this week? Oh, goodness. So we have 9 of air, which is ruled by Sea Lion. And this card talks about your worries and fears, that they aren't real. They're just fueled by focusing on the negative, which gives power to that which you're afraid of. So stop worrying, let go of fear, and everything will be okay. Now, sea lions spend part of their time in the water and part of their time on land. They're symbolic of the balance between emotions and intellect. Fear comes from the mind. By staying too focused upon the intellectual and not trusting your heart, you can create self-fulfilling prophecies. Sea lions ask you to understand the depth of your emotions and temper them with logical thought. Now, who's helping us with that? Michael makes perfect sense. Michael uses his sword of light to sever our energetic connections to fear and worry and anxiety and creating that whole thing. I asked Michael to help me with this every single day of my life, to use his sword of light to sever my connections to fear and worry. And I asked Jophiel and Michael together to help me to stay in a positive place with my thoughts at all times. So now what we are going to do is I'm going to pull up all of these cards and we are going to work on your personal card of the week. So I want you to think about this from the standpoint as though you got to sit in front of me and ask a personal question of what it is that you would like to get a reading on. So I've got angel tarot cards here, the same cards that we used for your personal archangel for the cards, and I'm shuffling that now. So think about, what question would you ask me if you could ask me for a reading right now? And I'm just shuffling cards here. All right. And now I'm going to lay out 4 cards. So here are the 4 cards. So do you feel drawn to card number 1? Do you feel drawn to card number 2? Do you feel drawn to card number 3? Or do you feel drawn to card number 4? So if you were drawn to card number 1, you got 8 of water. I love 8 of water. A desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. This is the card that we pull when we are ready to leave behind the things that once entertained us and they no longer do anymore. And now we're ready for something more deep and meaningful to come out of life. If you chose card number 2, a very happy card, King of Earth, a successful time, confidently accept opportunities you're offered. You've got the Midas touch right now. If you chose card number 3, another positive card, the Chariot, an important achievement, self-discipline and willpower, public recognition. And if you chose card number 4, it's 3 of air. This is the card of sadness, the need to take time to heal, the need to forgive yourself or others. It does not necessarily refer to something bad that's about to happen, but more generally and more often, the need to heal from things that have happened in the past. So that's your angelic weather report for May 19th through the 25th. Keep in mind, I've got something special for you. If you've been wanting to learn more about angels and tarot, go to radleighvalentine.com/angel guides and see what I have created just for you. Have a fantastic week, you guys.